Hello. Hi, Cindy. Hello, hello. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. Let me know if the sound is okay. My voice is a little compromised, so I may be a little softer, but it looks to me like the sound is okay tonight. Hi, Linda. It's good to see you. Hope Tim is doing well. So let me know if the sound is okay. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Angela. Sound is good. Okay. Okay, good. I think we got that part resolved. Um, okay. Okay. So, good to have you guys here. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Gray. Um, hello, Peggy. Um, hi, Jessica. And anybody that I missed, hello, hello, hello. Good to have you here. I'm going to try and stream for a while. My voice is not in great shape. I have been sick for almost a week. Hi, Vale. Yeah, I've been sick for almost a week. A week ago tomorrow. I think I was kind of coming down with it when I saw you guys last Monday. But yeah, it hit with a vengeance after that. So I'm on the upswing and doing much better. At least I'm upright today. Which is a huge accomplishment, I might add. Because I think yesterday, the vast majority of yesterday, I was on the couch still. So, uh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's going around, whatever it is. I mean, it really wasn't a big surprise that I got sick tell you truthfully. There's been a lot going on and a lot of, stuff, a lot of dust and a lot of sheetrock dust and I don't handle it. My body does not handle dust the way it used to. That is for sure. But anyway, hi Connie. Anyhow, I am glad to be here with you guys. I silenced all that. Anyway, good to have you guys here. Thank you for joining me. It is Monday night. And so before we get started, yeah, I'm not going to overdo tonight. That's for sure. I probably will stream. My goal is to stream for an hour and see how I do. So if I have any issues during the hour, then I may have to cut it off. But I'm going to do my best. So anyway, before we get started, I need to tell you that we did lose Chance. We lost him a week ago tomorrow, so he's been gone almost a week. And we will celebrate his life later. I'm not really in a space to do that yet, but we will do that. I've got a whole stack of things over here that we're going to do and look at because he was quite a guy. And yeah, so in the event that I get tearful, you'll know exactly why, because he was with me a long time. And he was a very extraordinary, as they all are, extraordinary animal. He and Charlie both were. So we are now without sponsors here at How to Get Creative. However, there are two cats from the neighbor's place who have decided that they should fill the bill, and I'll show you a picture of one of them. He came in yesterday. We have named him Beckett, and he has a friend. They're both beautiful cats, long-haired cats. They're very different than Chance and Charlie, and they're mostly outdoor cats, but they love to come in and get some snuggles and some pats. So, yeah, he's this is Beckett, and I don't know how old he is. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. The other cat is named Socks or Sock, depending on how you call it. He has white. He's a very long-haired tabby with white feet, and so I call him Socks. And again, I don't know if he's a boy or a girl because their hair is so long you can't tell. But anyway, and then also Elton has two cats that are outdoor cats. When you live in the country, you need to have outdoor cats. You need to have outdoor cats. Thank you all. I appreciate all of your comments, and we will properly celebrate his life and Charlie's life. I've got some great things to show you, that I've been accumulating in a stack over here to my left. So give me a few more days. We were supposed to go out of town this weekend to a family wedding. That didn't happen because I couldn't get out of bed. So we ended up staying here, and which was good, because I really needed to just stay put and not do anything. And so that was good. But it certainly was a change of plans. It wasn't what we had intended to do. And I have very hot tea in my mug, so that's helping helping the very sore throat, which is getting much better. That's why my throat sounds like this, because it was super swollen and super sore. So let's talk about what I've been doing when I've been able to be upright. And even today, I didn't know if I was going to get to stream till the very last part of the day, because I didn't know if my energy was going to be, was going to hold out. And so this morning I had some energy, and so I kept working on the room here because I'm still unpacking and assimilating things into the space here. And you'll probably see things behind me fill up more and more. I don't have anything much on the walls yet, but that's because I haven't brought stuff from the other house over here to put on the walls. But I intend to cover the walls with artwork. Hey, Ruth. Hi, Angie. So in the event of cleaning up, and not just cleaning up, but sorting and putting things, the old adage, like things together. Well, you got to make this huge mess in order to clean it up. And you got to, I've had to think about how to organize things. I have this space here, and then I have the sewing room is at the opposite end of the house. So it's not quite what I'm used to, so I'm having to think a little differently. But I've run across some really interesting things. So I did reference this last Monday night when we were having some interesting issues, which I think we've got resolved. You never know. Technical difficulties do have a way of rearing their ugly heads. But I thought I would show you, because I had talked to you, I had mentioned that back when I very first started online, and doing classes online, it was before YouTube existed, and it was, I was working with a website that was located on the East Coast someplace, I think. And so they had asked me to do some classes, and I was really a hands-on kind of teacher. So it presented a new and interesting challenge, and so I thought I would show you how the beginning of teaching online and what that looked like. And my fan may drive us a little crazy here because I've got the ceiling fan on. I forgot to turn it off. But anyway, what I did is I would take static photos. This is before digital photography was around. It was around, but you couldn't afford a digital camera very easily. And so I would be on the couch, and Race would be draped over my shoulders. He'd be behind me on the couch, draped over my shoulders, and taking pictures step by step by step. And so this was how all of our classes were done back then. So we would do one step at a time, followed by the next step at a time, and then all of these printed pictures. So here's a whole bunch of them that go through here. So it's just the sculpting steps and the coloring steps and the finished face, the finished head, and that kind of thing. But all of it was done in color photos, and so then you don't know if you got it until you go to have the film developed. And then you got to plug all the holes, and so it's constantly going back through the book or the class, constantly seeing how that worked. What photos did I miss? What do we need to reshoot? Making a list and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it was a labor of love. From that, we took those photos, and then we published the first needle sculpting book, which went through another iteration, which I'll show you also. The newer one is still available. But this is the book that was the result of the class and so forth. So this was the original book. I have seen this particular book on Amazon for hundreds of dollars. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Don't buy that. Okay? Don't buy it. Don't buy it. That's somebody that's trying to scam you. Don't do it. But this is what those photos got translated into black and white, because we really couldn't afford to have color printed, other than the front cover of the book, which is actually a photograph. It's actually an 8.5 by 11 photo that we had done. Or the first ones were. These might have been color copies. We went through several different iterations in the book. So everything was done black and white, step by step, black and white. We had some extra stuff in the beginning of it, where we started out with a tab head, which is what this is, a tab head. It's a flat face. And we went through changing the tab head, adding a gusset for the chin, and just different things. And then we went into the three-dimensional heads. But it was very hard. We didn't include anything about coloring the heads because I didn't have color photos. So I could tell you what to do, but you can't see it. And then we added this goofy little doll at the end called Miss Finkel. And she was just done with 3 different sizes of plates. And so that's who this is right here. Anyway, so we went from this to this to this. And this is the the current version of the book. Same book. It's been revised as you do. This is now published on Amazon, which allows us to take advantage of the fact that we can do color photography. And so then that meant that we reshot the entire book again and renamed the faces, and so it gave each of them personalities. And so we went through them step by step by step, and then this is that finished face. But then later you'll see that we've included in this one how to color the faces using Prismacolor pencils. So this is coloring the faces. So color with Prismacolor pencils and Pigma pens. And so this is what the book turned into. And then we went from there and used some I show you how you can take one of the heads, because it's one of the things people always say is, okay, so what do you do with that? What do you do with all the heads? Well, if you're me, you keep a whole bunch of them. If you're not me, you may want to just only make a few and then do something with them. And so we turned them into what I called flower faces. So this is going through step by step on how to turn that head into a flower face, taking apart silk flowers, and they don't even have to be good silk flowers, taking the flowers apart and then putting the petals, reassembling the petals around the faces so that you can use them as ornaments, Christmas ornaments, or I just have them as room ornaments hanging in my I have them, like hanging around in the room and stuff. So that is one of the things that I ran across. I thought, well, you might be interested in seeing that. And then I also found this. Last week we were talking about Tisha Moore and her journal. And so this was from, I don't even know when this was. Let me see. Probably the earlier in 2000. And a friend of mine sent me a copy of this. Okay. So this was this little book that she sent me. But the way you read this book is from the back. So you read it from the back. So there's the back cover. And she called it Tisha Moore Inspirations. It's bound together with a Japanese stab binding. And I found, pardon me, just excuse me if I make bodily burps and coughs and stuff. That's just kind of the nature of what's happening right now. Anyway, she went through this whole inspiration by Tisha Moore. She took pictures. These are all hers, inspired by Tisha. But I thought it was so fascinating that she put this book together from back to front. I don't really know why she did that. I think she might have told me one time, but I don't remember. Look at all the journaling and stuff. If you don't know who Tisha Moore is, I think this is Tisha, but I'm not certain. You should look her up. She's a phenomenal artist who had a profound impact on people, on the world of art journaling. And her husband did as well. They're both really amazing artists. And a number of years ago, Tisha had a stroke. She has recovered quite well from that stroke, I understand. I don't know her personally, so I couldn't give you any more information than that. Hello, Barbara Clark. Good to see you. Um, so I'm just going through some stuff that I found while I was cleaning stuff up, right? This, I am ashamed to say, I have not shown you since Christmas. This was sent to me by our wonderful moderator, Rhonda. And I either wasn't with me or I wasn't online when I was showing the Christmas things. And so I wanted to make sure that I showed this to you. This is a card made by Rhonda Jinx in the chat. And she wrote a really sweet note. Beautiful card. Beautiful. She does great. Beautiful watercolors. If you have questions about how she did it or anything, you can ask her. And then she sent me a beautiful butterfly, which was very sweet. So it's a wonderful crystal butterfly that hangs like this. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Rhonda. I have been a terrible friend. I don't think I even wrote to you about it. Doesn't mean that I don't absolutely love it, because I truly do. Thank you so much. And so that came from Rhonda. I hope I didn't have her address showing. If I did, I am sorry. And then I had also from our friends Linda and Tim Renz, this card that is a pop-up card, which I thought was really sweet. A collage. It looks like, I thought it was collaged. I don't know if it's collaged or not. It looks like it might be one image. It's really neat. And this little tiny book. Look at this teeny sweet little book. And it's cute. Such a sweet little book from Tim. Yeah, he signed it and put the date on it. So sweet. So thank you. I wanted to show those. And then these were some other things. Again, just things that I had run across. And I've got tons of things like this that people have sent to me, or in this case, I purchased this from this artist, and I can't remember why exactly, but there was something that, I don't know, someplace she was wanting to go, or a workshop or something. I don't remember. Anyway, this is from Linda White Holloway, and she does, or she did at this point, she did a lot of things with newspaper as her background, if memory serves me right, and a lot of recycled materials, 2014. And I ran across it this week as I was rearranging and putting things together, and I love that rabbit. I thought it was so sweet. And then she sent me a tag with it. Yeah, she just does really, really, I think she's still doing her collage work and everything. She works with with really, I want to say simple materials, but simple is not the right word. Accessible materials, maybe. Anyway, I just thought that was really neat. It's a postcard. This was another book that a friend gave to me. Let's see. And I've had this for a long time. And so I thought I would share it with you, but it's put together with corrugated cardboard. So it's just corrugated cardboard for the covers, and I'll go through and show you the I'll show you the book. I think this is a color copy, is what she did. And I can't remember for sure who did this, but it's just such an interesting, it's a sorry, I keep getting it off camera. It's an accordion book that just, when she did the artwork, she just kept going and going and going. And I thought that was really interesting. I think her name was Robin, and that's why this is about the robin. She is unfortunately no longer with us. She was a phenomenal artist who was, if it's the person I'm thinking of, phenomenal artist that was in an art group that I was in. And she committed suicide one day, and we were all absolutely stunned. We surely were. None of us are immune from getting too much pressure and succumbing. So it's something we need to guard, all of us creatives. Everybody needs to guard, right? I'm so grateful that I have it. This was another, let's see. Okay. Looking for, oh, this is Fran. Fran, who was Lady of Lost Times, was her screen name. And she did this, and she called it, she said, "I'm so very happy to present you with my first ever mixed media project. It's called Hot Mess. I mean Hot Plate. Please forgive the glue and strange pen marks. Special design features. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Kidding aside, I had a blast making this for you, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did." So I thought that was really very sweet. I think it was a postcard, maybe a postcard exchange we did years back. And so she's used etiquette things from, I guess, an old etiquette book. The guests should be served in order of importance. The women first, the hostess and the host are the last to be served. The hostess should plan the seating of her guests well in advance so that when the party enters the dining room, she can indicate where each guest is to sit. As a general rule, guests should be seated with the men and women alternating around the table. If possible, avoid placing husbands and wives side by side. The most important guests are placed at the right and left of the host and hostess. Blah, blah, blah. It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny. And this is a little tiny plate and cup, fork and spoon that it's very dimensional. Probably from a dollhouse type of thing. And then she did the fork, knife, and spoon on the back that are covered in foil. So I think she must have cut those out of cardstock and then put foil on them. It was so interesting. And then that was a pocket. So this is a little pocket back here. And I don't remember how I came by getting this, if it was an exchange or if it was a contest or what. But anyway, such a neat thing. So cute. It was just so cute. You know, I look at things like this and I think, I would never have thought to do that way, the placemat. Yeah. But then I guess I do things and people don't know that that they would think of what I did. Some of you may remember, we always called her Noodle or Joycey Doodle, and she streamed for a long time. She was another person that goes back to the Ustream days. So did Fran, Lady of Lost Times. And I haven't seen her around. Oh, excuse me. I'm telling you, it's not like I haven't slept, people. I've slept a lot. Anyway, Joyce did lots of interesting projects, and much of it was recycled, and this was no exception. And she sent this to me because I was her 600th twit, and I don't remember exactly what that meant. Something to do with Twitter back then. It's heavily stitched, and this is recycled. You know, it's double layered, recycled, and yeah, interesting, huh? So that was my award, and the hanger on it is a pop can top. So thought that was interesting. Maybe you'll get some inspiration from some of these things. Here's another. Those of you who are interested in echo dyeing, you might receive some inspiration from this. Are you guys still here? Hopefully. Chat kind of came to a halt. Maybe you're just watching. Just let me know if you're still here. As soon as I get this out, I'll be able to show it to you. Okay, good. This came from Vicki Barton. And Vicki lives in Colorado. She's a fabulous watercolorist. And she and her husband visited us a couple of times. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And so she got into doing echo dyeing. And so when she came to visit I think it was the last time they were here, she brought me a bunch of pieces that she had done. This is all watercolor paper. It's really stiff, but a lot of really intricate definition. And I thought I would do something with it, you know, like bind it into a book, which I probably still will, but I had to find it first, you know. And so while she was here, she went, collected a bunch of leaves and things. I think they were here in the fall. Isn't that interesting? So they're all real leaves, and the process she used was to put them in a pan, and she put rusty nails and stuff in with the pan, and she boiled it. So here's more of them. But I think they're just some of the leaves are just phenomenal in the way that they do take the dye. And some of them you don't get a lot of impression, or you may get most of that impression on a different piece, but not on the, you may get these are almost like they're embossed. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like it's embossed, but you don't really see the color as much as you see the embossing from that's beautiful, from the veins of the leaves and so forth. Anyway, she brought this whole bunch of these, leaves and pages, and she also did a t-shirt. And she brought all of these and shared them with me. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, that's hard to... That is so perfect, it looks like a stamp, doesn't it? You know? But it is a... it's actually a leaf. Here's another one that you see the impression from the leaf. So anyway, but see how pretty the colors are on that. Another beautiful specimen. Anyway, so I have all of these lovely things to do something with. I'm not as much of a natural person, you know, as far as the natural colors and natural dyes and stuff. That's never been my huge attraction to this, you know, so I never would have tried it without having seen some of these pieces in person. Once I saw them in person, I'm like, okay, I can kind of understand why people really love them. And sometimes you just don't know what you never know what you're going to get. I suppose there are some people that have done enough of it that they can kind of predict the outcome, but even when she was visiting, we did some together, and you know, there just wasn't any way that we could figure out, or at least I certainly didn't know how it came together. So there's those. This is another little book. Oh, this, speaking of Vicki Barton, I wanted to show you this. One of the things she did that was really nice is they were traveling somewhere. I don't remember where. And she took a bunch of photos. And, oh, here it is. It was a retreat. This is in 2012. And she took a bunch of photos and she printed them and she sent them to me. And then not only did she send me the photos with all these wonderful patterns, same person that did all the echo dyeing, but she also sent them on a CD where I could print them off if I wanted more you know, prints. Is that gorgeous? She knows my love of butterflies, and so she took, sorry, they're upside down and right side up and every other kind of way, but she's so good at knowing how to set her camera up. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous being. I didn't have the heart to cut any of these up. I just thought they were so beautiful. You just have to admire creation, don't you? I mean, this would be... She titled this one Perfection. That would be such a beautiful thing to paint or draw. So would this. And the woods. Yeah. And she put notes on the back of lots of the pictures. They're just gorgeous. So anyway, I just thought I would share. Again, this is all coming from just organizing stuff. And I thought, you know, a lot of this is good stuff. Too good to just stick back in a box. I should share it with you. And this came from, this is, let's see, do I want to go through this? I think I'm going to save this one. Yeah, we're going to save this one. We're going to put this in the pile for sharing when we do a tribute to Chance and Charlie, because there's a lot of pictures in there of him. Okay, and then this is probably, I don't know if this is the last thing I'll show you, but this is something that we did. I did on stream with you guys a long time ago. I don't even know how long ago. But I thought, again, maybe it would give you an idea. If you need inspiration, you need something to kind of get you revved up and going again. Yeah, exactly. Found Treasures is so right. So I thought I would show you this book that I made. Made it with you guys a long time ago. And this is kind of a riff off of what were those things called that we did? Pocket letters. Do you guys remember the pocket letters? Did you take part in those, in the pocket letters? Where you got a pocket page. They were from, you get them from like Walmart, and they were the pocket pages where you store the either ATCs or baseball cards or any other kind of collectible 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards. And some of you did. Well, I had a whole bunch of those, and so I thought, well, wonder what you could do if you could make a book out of them. And so that's what I did. So that's what this is. So this is a book. Hello, Brenda. You found your pocket letters? They really are pretty cool. They really were. Those were fun. But it's not a great book, but it is kind of a fun book to do. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures in it, and as well as the covers. So I thought I would show them to you. So so I took one page, as I recall. Let's see, is that right? Or is that 2 pages that I overlapped? I may have overlapped 2 pages. I think I must have overlapped 2 pages here. Can't remember exactly. I'd have to look back and see if I even kept the footage. But I cut down pieces of papers that I had created. A lot of them were jelly prints. Some of them were paste papers, my favorite ones. And then I cut them down and slipped them into the pockets. And then in this case, I bound through those pieces. I bound through them to bind the pages in. So the rest of these, like these are all just independently slipped into the pockets. And I think that I glued them back to back. It's been a long time since I made this, so I couldn't tell you for sure exactly what I did. And then I added words, and I doodled on top of the designs. So all the detail that's on there is pen work that was just coming from, you know, whatever the design kind of indicated. Now, inside the book, there is more papers, or more, you know, the back side of this is the opposite side of the card. Okay, so that's the outside, that's the inside. And I haven't done anything to those or these. And then I bound papers in, and this is not cardstock, this is paper. So this is black paper. But one of the things, I almost threw this away the other day. Because I thought, will I ever do anything with this book? But as you can see, I'm showing it to you. It was in the last 7 years you saw it live. Okay. It's 2012. This was probably after that, but inspired directly from those pocket letters. So a lot of these are just samples of my favorite either jelly plate prints or paste papers. And, I decided I really liked it, so I kept it. I may have even dug it out of the trash. I don't know. It's hard to say. So those are it's kind of interesting to look at. And then the next section is white paper. So this is just white printer paper, copy paper. Wide pages and narrow pages. And then another section of the cards. The one thing about the cards is that they don't like to stay put, so you kind of have to go in and readjust every once in a while. But that's interesting. It looks like a silhouette of some kind. I'm glad I kept it now. Another black signature. So this could be any number of things. A doodle book, or I don't know what kind of book it could be. Thanks, Barbara. So some of them are just, they're just nice, like this color combination. It's nice to go back. Something like this is good to just refer to color combinations. And that way you can kind of remember things that you enjoyed. What's going on here? Let's see what this is. That was just the way that was printed. That was a jelly plate print. That's just the way that printed on there. And this one's very simple. That's just one layer. I've always loved this piece of paper. That's one of those that you look at and you go, wow, I wish I had a lot more pieces of that. Because those are colors I like. But that's probably about all I had left of that. And then, so as much as anything, I'm showing this to you for color inspiration. This is watercolor. Either watercolor or acrylic washes that I just painted on some paper. And here, this didn't even go all the way to the edge of the card, but I still like it. There's another one. So maybe you'll get some color combination inspiration. A lot of this is metallic, like this is. But you gotta love a good spot, So another black signature. I always liked this piece of paper too, and this one. And this one, I love that. I like the movement of this. It's fun to go through here and just see the things that stick out. I like that design. And then a white white signature. And then the last page before the back cover. Anyway, and then I did more doodling on the back. So you can see the pen work. Just letting the shapes tell me what to do and adding words and phrases and so forth. Anyway, sometimes, one of the things that I still get caught up in is people wanting you to justify why you do what you do. Well, what are you going to do with that? I don't know. You know what? I don't have to have a reason. I don't have to justify what I do. I can just do it because I love to do it, right? Yeah, Vale says she immediately thought that each card could hold one of my goofy relatives with a story behind each one. Yeah. Yeah, it's you just have it because you like it. You don't have to have a reason. You just don't, right? And with that, I think I've run through all the stuff that I got out to show you tonight. I think I'm going to call it a night. My voice is held up, but I don't really want to stress it too much. Yeah, Elton's my person watching out for me. He's been taking good care of me. So I think with that, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you. I plan to be here Friday, and maybe we'll do a tribute to Chance and Charlie on Friday. So I have a lot of things to show you and a few things to finish that maybe we'll do that. So anyway, we do miss them a lot. I miss Chance. Elton misses Chance a lot. He was such a crazy character and such an amazing part of our lives for so long. So anyway, I will see you on Friday, and that's my plan at 2 Eastern. The VIP class is on Saturday at 2 Eastern, and I hear the tippy tap of little dog feet coming to get me, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you being here, and hopefully you got some inspiration, some colors, some designs, some ideas for making things, and let me know in the comments if you try any of those things. All right, I will see you on Friday. Until then, remember to get creative today, because it's easy, and I'll see you before you know it. Bye.